But he's not won the hand yet. 10 puts him out of this tournament.
Comes 7,
wow.
8, 9.
7, 8, 9, 10. He's got an open-ended straight draw.
Dren is still in the lead with the ace-king. Fenton has picked up the open-end straight draw, though.
10 for a pair. A 6 or a jack for the straight.
Let's see that turn card. It's the 8 of clubs.
Same outs needed on the river
Dren just has
to eliminate Drenu Keller.
Straight or the 10, and he's going to double through. Let's see that river card, please.
The river card.
It's
There's a 5. Thought it was a 6 for a second.
Dren double up.
Felt my heart skip for Drenu Keller there. So Drenu Keller doubles up through Fenton Gavin, chip leader at this final table here at the Grand Casino in Barcelona. And Alex is going to step away from commentating duties for just a second because we have a very special guest here on EPT Live. It's a man we were watching not too long ago. It's EPT title holder Jason Mercier. How are you doing, Jason?
Very good. How are you doing?
You recovered? You're not feeling too bad?
Yeah, I recovered.
Dren's all-in was 383,000 total.
Yeah, I'm over, you know, getting busted. I'm, you know, just happy to be here and right next to you to announce.
Well, when your pair of 6s came up against the pair of 10s, obviously you had the lucky turn card and made trip 6s. It was almost asking too much for it to happen again with the 7s against the queens, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely too much. I thought I was going to be bust for sure when I had the 6s against the 10s, and especially after you missed the flop, you never expected on the turn or river. So my buddy Dave in the crowd yelled, "Six!" It spiked on the turn, so but he wasn't there. He was eating dinner when I had 7, so that's why I lost.
Well, look, congratulations on making the final table here in Barcelona, following your success in San Remo last season, your success in Vegas over the summer. I mean, to get through that huge field is an achievement.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I was kind of surprised I made it this far too.
Well, we've enjoyed watching you play over the last 2 days, but what can you tell us about these guys? Because you've been sitting with them for most of the last few days. You've been watching their game.
Sebastian is definitely the best player at the table by far.
He's going to pass.
He has the most experience.
Dren says all in again. So it's going to go over to Daniele in the big blind now. And he's not going to defend.
And the all-in move gets through. Drenu Keller taking that one.
Yeah, but Sebastian is he's definitely the best player at the table.
Oh, there we are. Wave at the camera, Jason.
Hey, how you doing? Hi, Mom.
I have to say, we were loving the white combination, the hat, the top, the sunglasses. It was a good look.
Yeah, it worked out for me on day 1, so I wanted to keep it going for the rest of the tournament, and didn't want to change anything up. Luckily, I had enough white shirts to wear for the whole tournament.
So you've been admiring Sebastian Ruthenberg's game. What about Fenton Gavin, the chip leader? He was clearly a big fan of yours.
Sebastian's going to start us off with a raise up to 160,000.
I know he's the guy who eliminated you in the end, but he almost kind of looked like he regretted it slightly.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Pass over to Dren on the button.
Real down-to-earth, fun character, I'm sure. He's actually making a lot of good plays.
Sebastian's going to pick up the blinds.
The only thing about him that's bad is that he gives away a lot of tells, like with his mannerisms, and you know, he's always talking during hands. You know, where if he just was quiet and made his bets, he would. Well, I mean, he's doing fine, but I mean, he would probably do better in other games and stuff like that.
Who was the toughest player to read?
Toughest player to read, I guess would just be Sebastian, just by his style. You know, he kind of plays a methodical type of style, very similar to mine. And you know, you can't really. A lot of times, he may have any 2 cards, or you know, he may have the nuts, aces, or anything. So he's definitely the toughest player at the table to read.
One of them 5s is here.
And of course, we've still got Davide Kitai, who's managed to hang on for most of the day.
That's correct.
Started the final table reasonably short stacked. He's now sitting there with just under $1 million in chips.
This time
About the same actually that Drenu Keller is holding right now. And there we see Davide Kitai.
He has a very strange way of making his bets, but he does the same thing every time. He takes forever to count out his chips and then pushes them in ever so softly.
He's going to start us off with a raise to 165,000.
And we're saying it's impossible to read his expression because he just permanently looks a little bit...
Right, just like, I don't know. He almost looks depressed when he's playing, but I mean, he's making the same plays every time, and he has no expression, so
small over to Sebastian on the big.
Can't really get a read off him.
Well, he's raised it to 165,000 and no one wants to call him. He'll pick up the blinds and antes, which are worth picking up at the moment, of course. Of course, a player who's been all in a fair few times today is this guy, Daniele Mazzia. We've seen him survive so many all-ins, making a straight there on the river. That's when it was his best hand held up.
And the last card is a king of hearts.
Was that all? Was that all? The only ones that he won? I think he won a few more too.
Oh yeah. They were the best ones. They were the highlights.
Oh, those were the highlights of his...
oh yeah, we haven't got time to show every single all-in he's won today, otherwise we wouldn't get around to showing any live action.
Yeah, he also had a chop pot, ace-8 against ace-king.
A lucky escape for him.
Yeah. He's just going to use one card this time.
Oh, we've got the card below the rail problem again. There we go.
Once every level, right?
What did you make of Dren Ukela? He's a player that no one seems to know that much about.
Yeah, he seems to be a very amateur player, I would imagine. He min raises pre-flop almost every time he raises, and when he bets, anytime flop, turn, river, he's betting like 1/5 pot, never over betting his hands. I mean, he just seems to be making a lot of amateur mistakes.
He's going to check his options, so the blinds are going to see the flop.
Blind on blind action here. Rothenberg calling from the small blind. Kitai checking his option.
8 of diamonds, ace of diamonds, ace of hearts. We got 2 aces.
Interesting flop for an unraised pot.
Sebastian's going to throw out 60,000.
And these blind on blind hands are so difficult to call, aren't they, Jason? I mean, they could be holding anything.
Yeah, definitely. And Sebastian limped, right?
Davidi's going to make the call.
Sebastian said something interesting. He said he never raises from the small blind whenever it's folded to him. So he either limps in and completes, or he folds. So he could very easily have an ace here.
He's going to check as well. So let's see the river.
Check on the flop. Check on the turn. Check on the river.
I would imagine he's going to bet here, or he'll check if he has an 8. He probably has an 8. He's probably going to call here if he bets.
There's 270,000 in the middle already.
Unless Davide hit the jack, I don't know why he would be betting, because he's pretty much going to get called by an 8. Even king high here, I think Sebastian's going to call, because it's either he has a jack or he doesn't have anything.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, he probably has king high. He probably floated him on the flop with king high, thinking that it was good.
And sometimes David I has his sunglasses on upside down, sometimes they're on the right way round.